Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Check this out. According to authorities, Finesse2Tymes is wanted by the police for allegedly stealing, get this, a rental car. Sources close to the situation say that Finesse is being charged with theft for renting an Infiniti QX80 SUV from Enterprise worth $72,000 and never returning the car. So, this is what happened. Finesse's associate Ronald Bell picked up the car on February 28th and was supposed to return the car on March 10th, 2023. However, he never brought the car back. And when Enterprise pressed him for the vehicle, he told them that Finesse was in possession of the car. So, Enterprise had Bell call Finesse2Tymes on three-way, and during the call, Finesse admitted that he was in possession of the whip. But he said that he couldn't return the car until April 23rd because he was away on business in Atlanta. And when Enterprise asked him to pay for the extra days, he said that he couldn't do it. Why? Because his Zelle was tied up. Listen, did this dude really tell Enterprise that the reason why he couldn't pay for the extra days on the car was because his Zelle was tied up? I mean, does this dude not understand that Zelle is simply a wire transfer service that transfers money from one account to another account? So, if you got money in your account, your Zelle ain't gonna be tied up. And I mean, even if it was like an issue with like the system, that issue hasn't been going on for like 2 months. And you know how I know that? Because everybody else in the rest of the world been zelling. Listen, if I was Enterprise and Finesse2Tymes said that nonsense to me, I'd have been like, you know what? PayPal it to me. Listen, let me know what you think about Finesse2Tymes telling Enterprise that the reason why he couldn't send him no cash on the car is because his Zelle is tied up. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, check it out. The other day, Dame Dash was on the That's Effed Up podcast, and during the conversation, him and the host started discussing Aaliyah. And when the host asked Dame what he thought about R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah and whether or not R. Kelly should be in prison, Dame said, quote, "I think he's where he belongs. I mean, I know Aaliyah, so I know what he did, and I can't be objective about that. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely seemed like he needed some help." End quote. Dame Dash continued on to say that part of the reason why he was so salty at Jay-Z back in the day is because Jay-Z continued to work on projects with R. Kelly, knowing what kind of dude he was. Dame said, quote, "I couldn't believe he did projects with R. Kelly knowing that he assaulted my girl. I was like, just don't put my name on that. I don't want no money from that. If it is, put it to Aaliyah Foundation. Like, they did this ish twice." End quote. Listen, I think that Dame is right. If you're supposed to be my homie, you're supposed to be my boy, you're supposed to be my girl, and somebody violates my significant other, you ain't supposed to be doing albums with that person. You're supposed to cut them off. Listen, let me know what you think about Dame Dash saying that he was salty with Jay-Z because he continued to work with R. Kelly after he knew that he had assaulted his girl. Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But before I move on from Dame and Jay-Z, let me tell you this. Dame also said that back in the day when Jay was battling Nas and they were going back and forth and beefing, Nas won the battle hands down because Jay's response to Ether, Super Ugly, was trash. Dame said, quote, "Jay's response was terrible. The thing is, we at first hit him with this joint at Summer Jam that was kinda hard to take over. But when Nas came with the Ether, I was kinda hyped because he said my name. I was like, I guess I'm in a rap record. But the response, I wasn't there for the response. Irv Gotti effed that one up. Every time Irv Gotti got in my business, he effed ish up. He threw that Ether on him. He had him apologizing. The rap he did was whack. When I heard it, I was pissed. I was coming from doing a Rockaware ad on a private jet. I had just landed from like Arizona, and I'm listening to this ish on the radio like, what the F is this? So I was like, go to the effing Baseline Studios, you know, cause I want to know what happened. I'm like, what the F happened? And they were in there high-fiving and ish, and I'm like, what you high-fiving for? This ish is whack. This ninja talking about other ninjas' business and ish. Like, we don't do that. And it was Irv. And I was like, Irv Gotti. I called Irv Gotti, told him, don't ever get in my business again, bro. Like, what are you doing? You not about war. You see how his wars go with rap. He doesn't win it. He's not a general like that. So it was like, stay out of my business. And Irv keeps talking about me all the time. Like, stop talking about me, Irv. End quote. Well, there you have it. Apparently, Dame Dash believes that like Nas won the beef between Jay-Z and Nas, and he's also not feeling Irv Gotti. Listen, let me know what you think about what Dame Dash said about Irv Gotti ruining Super Ugly. Let me know what you think in the comments. But while we're talking about Nas, during a recent interview with the New York Times, Eminem said that Nas's album Illmatic was so good that it had him in a writing slump. When discussing Nas, M said, quote, I remember the Source gave Illmatic 5 mics, a perfect score. I already knew I liked Nas from Live at the Barbecue with Main Source because his verse on that is one of the most classic verses in hip hop of all time. But I was like, 5 mics though? Let me see what this is. And when I put it on, he was going in and outside of the rhyme scheme, internal rhymes. That album had me in a slump too. I know the album from front to back. End quote. Listen, let me tell you something. I can almost guarantee you that Eminem was not the only rapper to go through a slump when Nas dropped Illmatic. Because when Nas dropped that album, he put on a rapping and writing and rhyming clinic for all of these young rappers. And with that being said, I still have a problem with Rolling Stone magazine for the fact that they rank Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy over Nas's Illmatic in his 200 greatest hip hop album list. That right there is crazy, and it tells me that none of them editors over there know nothing about hip hop. Listen, let me know what you think about Eminem saying that after he listened to Nas's Illmatic album for the first time, he went into a slump. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now check it out. This dude's picture is going viral on the internet because everybody's saying that this dude looks like Jamie Foxx. I mean, I'm looking at it and I see some similarities, but I don't think that this is Jamie Foxx's doppelganger. But listen, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this is like the African version of Jamie Foxx? Now, peep this. The other day, 50 Cent jumped online and called this new generation of rappers crazy after NLE Choppa dropped a video of himself rapping about YNW Melly's alleged shooting. Under the video that showed NLE Choppa saying, quote, assaulted a cop when a ninja was 7. When I turned 11, I turned to a felon. My ninja was snaking, I knew I could smell it. When I'm feeling threatened, I turn into Melly. Free Melly, one pop, we pop. We made him drop. End quote. 50 wrote, quote, yo, these little ninjas is crazy, lol, what the F? End quote. Well, after 50 Cent made that comment, a whole bunch of people slipped into his comment section to share their thoughts too. And one person said, quote, ninja just snitched and paid homage at the same time. End quote. And then another person said, quote, boy just got that man life. End quote. And then after that, another person said, quote, this new generation be doing the work for the police. Never saw no ish like this. Shaking my head. End quote. Look, let me tell you something. Part of the problem with this generation is they don't understand what's going on. And they truly do not understand that the FBI, the CIA, the police, the sheriffs, the deputies are using their lyrics to lock them up. So what they need to do is change their lyrics instead of like snitching on each other in records. Because at this rate, the only place that you're going to be able to see a hip hop concert is like if you go to jail. Because all of these young guys are going to be behind bars dropping their bars. And I'm telling you, all of like the concert flyers are going to say Coachella live from the Fulton County Jail with a live stream from Rikers. Listen, let me know what you think about 50 Cent saying that this new generation of rappers is crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.